This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Reds POSTCAST. I am Tim Daniel. I've been covering the Reds in podcast form for over 5 years at places like Late Night Reds and the Riverfront. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on a brutal day to be a Reds fan. Again, as the Reds lose to the Pittsburgh Pirates this afternoon at PNC Park 3-1. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Your first $5 bet can get you $200 in bonus bets. Go to FanDuel.com to learn more. On today's show, we're once again talking about a situation where the Reds have no offense. Again. Today, there was some really fun stuff. There was some outfield defense to go with us, so that happened. And Brady Singer had a better day. I wouldn't necessarily say I was blown away by his day, but again, was probably better off and probably had a chance to win a game and deserved to win a game. And of course, I will hear from you guys as well as we chat about today's game. And the beauty is we have an off day tomorrow. We have an off day. Already we got to chat. Ned Flanders asked if I have any grain alcohol. I'm not allowed to drink alcohol during Locked On broadcasts, unfortunately. Jason on the leak says games like today make me want to day drink. I agree. Yeah, we are all feeling it today. And I guess we will get right into it. And so, shall we begin?
This is what you'll be talking about.
Another day where the Cincinnati Reds have no offense. Today they scored 1 run on 4 hits. They did score that 1 run in the 3rd inning. They're already down 1-0 at that point. Austin Hayes, of all people, shocking, I know, is the one that brought in Santiago Espinal. Tied the game up, gave the Reds an opportunity to win, and they couldn't do anything with it. Today they lose 3-1. They left 5 guys on base. They were 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position, and they let Spencer Steer and Matt McLean each left a guy in scoring position with 2 outs. The Reds now are 25-26. They have 6 combined losses to the Pirates, the White Sox, and the Marlins. They are 5-21 when their opponent scores first on the year. They are 0-21 when they trail after 7 innings. You guys are noticing a trend here, right? The offense is once again letting this team down. And today, against Andrew Haney, who you had flustered in the 3rd inning. I mean, his pitch count was way up there. And you could tell he was feeling it. He was off he was off track. He was frustrated. He's picking the ball up and he's throwing into his mix. He's really upset with how the game's going. And you couldn't take advantage of that. It's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable. And then I see today, this is one of the few days where I got to work the day job, so I can't be on right after the game. I watched the post-game show and I see Terry Francona like, well, there's no magic potion. Yes, Tito, we're well aware, but you were brought here to make this better. And this isn't better. This is actually the same as it was last year. It's beyond irritating. It's beyond frustrating because I think a lot of us really believe this team is better than they're playing. I do. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. It's very likely at this point. I'm always wrong, right? What do I know? But we're at this point that this is just kind of getting to where this was a promising season. All these guys were getting back healthy. All these guys were getting to the point where we had the next step, and they can't go and win this game. And mind you, you probably really needed this game considering what you have coming up. Yeah, 33 of your next 36 games are against winning teams. Again, 33 of 36. That's crazy talk. That is a ton. And, you got this Cubs series coming up. The Cubs score a lot of runs. And granted, you have your 3 guys that you want taking the hill in that series, and that's great. But they don't ever take their foot off the gas pedal. It's literally unbelievable that this is what we're at with the Reds right now. And there's a couple other things today. I know a lot of people were upset about Spencer Steer getting thrown out at home. I don't mind that, especially, obviously I would like he scored, prefer he scored, obviously. But I don't mind them sending him there because the Reds abused Tommy Pham on Monday night. We're just hitting everything they were hitting at him. They were getting extra bases on. They were making him make plays. Today he made a play. Tip your hat. I'm more upset that they didn't knock Andrew Heaney out of the game when he's pitched really bad of late, and you had him on the ropes, and you should have beat him, and you didn't. But that's what we're in the situation we're in. I know Will Benson gets caught stealing, which he just got hit on the leg, and they're sending him. And I don't know, maybe he thought he was all right. And I know he's a guy who's going to really kind of always go do his best for the team, and I respect the heck out of him for that. But and I truly most of the time do want to send him in that situation. I was more upset about that than I was Steer getting thrown out at home, to be honest. And again, you get a solid day from your bullpen till, Graham comes in and gives it that run. Should have won today. Absolutely should have won today. I'm so tired of coming on here after these games and saying, well, they were better than the team they played and they should have won, because they are better than the Pirates. The Pirates are awful. And the Reds just had this situation where they play they had this 5-game stretch where they looked really good, right? That last game of the White Sox series up to this first game of this series where you're like, oh, okay. You start to feel good about it. You're like, all right, this is what we thought we'd see. Then you have another stinker like today and yesterday where they bring you right back to reality. This team has lost 5 times this year, 1-0. Now I get it. 3 of those were in a row, but how, I don't know if you're like a Nick Kroll, a Brad Meter, how you sit there and watch this on a day-to-day basis and think like, it's going to come around. The offense is going to go. Like, it's time to quit sitting on your hands. You have a fan base who will get behind you. They flat out want you to win. They are ready for you to win. It's time to go do something about it, because what's going on right now isn't worth it, and it's unacceptable. And losing to the Pirates, who are the last place team in your division by a long shot. It's not like it's 3 or 4 games. You can't lose 2 games to them, and they don't have Paul Skeens in either of those games you lost. This is frustrating. This is a joke. So that's my rant on the state of the Cincinnati Reds after another brutal day. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and take our break here, and then we're going to talk about some outfield defense, because something had to be good today, right? Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place to stop managing money and start building wealth, and just feel that little extra comfort. We all know in this day and age with finances, it can be a little tricky. For me, man, I spent so much money at Fanatics. I love sports apparel. I love jerseys. I love hats. I love collectibles. And Monarch Money said, Tim, it's time to get a little picky and choosy when you go and get your stuff off Fanatics. And that was exactly perfect what I need. My wife loves it too, because she can see everything going on as well. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Code LOCKEDONMLB for 50% off your first year. Thank you all for hanging out with me again today on the POSTCAST. Shout out to all of our everydayers who are here with me every day. Guys like Pierre, who I see in the chat. Good to see you. Lawrence, who I see pretty consistently in the comments as well. I'm really enjoying that I'm building a bit of a group here. So I do like that a lot as well. And it's great to see you all. If you're checking me out for the first time, be sure to hit that notification button so you can not only get my episodes here after every game, but Monday through Friday, I get Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker on Locked on Reds. And of course, your podcast app of choice. We're there waiting for you. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we will be there for you wherever you take us. So let's talk about where maybe this game fell apart for us.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
It's got to be the Spencer Steer play, because if the Reds score there, who knows what happens. But yeah, that was frustrating. Not good at all. You know what was good today? Outfield defense. You know what makes it real frustrating that the offense is sputtering the way they are? How good the outfield defense was today. It's mind-blowing. It's flat out mind-blowing. So, first inning, they're about to go up 2-0. Rhys Hines catches a gets to get pop fly, throws out the runner at home to Tyler Stevenson. Rope. Like, all right, cool. They have a chance to win this game. They're going to stay in this. And then the fifth inning, they're down 2-1. TJ Friedel makes that catch where he's off balance and manages to come down with it. You're like, awesome. There we go. All right, they're still in this. That same inning, Reese Hines has back-to-back really good plays in right field that keep them alive, keep them in the game. Why is that not a spark for this team? When they have these really great plays that they bring and they can go when they make out in the field, they come to the bat, everyone's excited because they made these big plays. Why can't they capitalize on that? And that is why that's another irritating thing about this, because the outfield defense today did their job. I really think realistically, if you look at the Reds' big picture, if there's one thing you can say about Terry Francona and what he's done with this team so far, they're a better defensive team. A lot of the same guys. A lot of the guys should obviously be coming back and hitting better. But then you had a lot of those guys out last year, guys like McLean. And so McLean, by the way, leading the team outs above average still. But this is really like, when they have moments like that, I feel like that should be something that should be a spark. And, I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not a Major League Baseball player. I can't hit 65 miles an hour, let alone 95 miles an hour. But we feel it. We feel how that was like that moment. We feel the excitement when they go and make plays like that. And like, why is it just not translating to where, all right, you've got this energy, you're fired up, pick up the bat, go get a big play. I don't know. Thought the outfield defense today was stellar from those two guys. They made a lot of great moves there. Connor Joe, I don't really remember doing anything solid in left field, but maybe that's a good thing that we're not talking about him in that circumstance. So yeah, just frustrating. Just frustrating because I feel like they should be really, they probably are who they are at this point, right? We're 51 games in and we're having this similar conversation we've had quite a few times. But just want it to be better. That's all we want, right? We just want it to be better. And I've already seen some stuff today where people are like, well, maybe they should just give up and trade the core. I'm like, okay, if you think the core is as bad as they are, who do you think is going to trade for them? Is my conversation there as well. And I don't want to hear that either. Give me to the end of the year and we'll decide where to go from there, because right now I know it's not good, but there's some upside for sure. So we'll see here. And we'll finally talk some pitching here, and we're going to get to our Locked On Player of the Game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
This is shocking for me. I went Taylor Rogers. Comes in, gets O'Neill Cruz, has a really nice inning, goes an inning in third, gets 3 strikeouts. The Reds have a shot to win the game when he's in there. I thought he definitely deserved it. So this is going to be something, shout out to him. I know his baseball card numbers look better than he really has been this year. But I thought that he was pretty solid today, giving the Reds a chance to win. Brady Singer today also gave them a chance to win and wasn't necessarily great, but what we've seen from him of late, solid. But I mean, Pierre's saying this. If we're at this point where we're trying to figure out when we get Candelario, Fraley, and Strand back, I don't know. So Singer has often also been rewarded with a lot of run support. Obviously not the case today. But today, I thought he pitched good enough to win games. I'm having a similar conversation to him that I have about Andrew Abbott. The walks. 4 walks today. A leadoff walk that led to the second run. That's where they're getting bit with him, because I think he's fine. I mean, I for sure 10 out of 10 still make the trade. Have no issues with the trade whatsoever. Not like I think this team's really missing Jonathan India per se. We'll see him next week. Brady Singer I think he gets the ball in one of those games if everything lines up correctly. Yeah, he will. All right, perfect. But for him, when he's the walks are getting up too far, I didn't really have an issue with how he was throwing. Yeah, that's right. He probably had two extras that he probably got some nice calls on for sure. O'Neill Cruz particularly, I remember that one. But he only gave it 2 runs. So if your pitcher gives up 2 runs when he's having a day like this, where he's not his best self, your offense needs to pick him up. And I just don't know if they're capable of it. Right now, it's looking like the moment they're not. And I don't know how they can't be. This is their guys. This is what they're betting on. It's time. We got to figure this out. And it's up to Tito. It's up to Valleca. It's up to the players. At some point, you got to start hitting. Otherwise, with what you have coming up the next month, you're doomed. So we shall see how this goes, people. But we're going to go ahead and just move on from this. We're all going to enjoy our off day tomorrow, right? It's my wedding anniversary. So I'm going to go have a nice, lovely dinner with my wife tomorrow and not think about baseball. I can't wait. But the Reds today are losers once again to the Pittsburgh Pirates, 3-1. The Reds today do put in 1 run on 4 hits and an error. The Pirates 3 runs on 9 hits to the Pirates. This day gets worse. And no errors. Your winning pitcher is Andrew Heaney. He's now 3-3. Brady Singer is your losing pitcher. He's 5-3. And Danny Santana gets his 5th save of the year. Friday, the Red Legs come home for a short homestand. They're back at it. And taking the ball, our guy's back. Hunter Green taking the ball for the Red Legs. He's 4-2, the 236, his first start off the IL. Thank you, WCI. I appreciate that. He'll be going against Matthew Boyd of the Cubbies, who's also been really good this year. Boyd is currently rocking a 4-2 as well, the 2.98 ERA. That game is at 6:40 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, we are talking about. This feels like this is what they do, right? They're going to win 2 out of 3 in this series, and we're going to all feel good again. I know. I need to just prepare myself and be smarter, but I don't know how to. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Be sure to stay tuned in for Jeff and Steve on Locked on Reds as well, as they discuss this game into a deeper thought as well, and give their opinions, which probably most of the time are better than mine anyway. I'm Tim Daniel. Thank you guys for hanging out. I shall see you all Friday night. Gosh, I hope they find a way to win those games.